Gonzalez and Giulio Pugliese. But the top three, Pratama, Uriarte and Danish. Junior World Championship as well, he sits 9th position. Didn't have a very good Two riders out the top three in 2:01s. Most of the others, apart from Pugliese and Danish, they're in 2. This seems like what it's going to be about this season, Peter.
It does, and there's the number 13.
Strictly speaking, his best result was 8th place, 202s. Everybody else in minimum 203, so it's just a red hot pace.
Pulling out of the slipstream, passing Brian Uriarte, goes he? No, he doesn't. Brian Uriarte on the 51.
There in race 1. So Morelli just a bit bogged down in confidence perhaps at the moment, you might say. It's like the sun out there at the moment from these leaders.
And pole time was 2:01.9, and the orange helmet still has 2nd place, but behind is now Danish, and this is the battle for the cup. Yeah. Okay, back with the leaders then. So this is the leading 5, and we've decided, for whatever reason, with a 9.5, and Veda Pratama has just done a 2:02. Yeah. Benyat Fernandez, of course, 4.6 second gap that these 5 are going to remain to the end. Now it'll grow to 0, so he's almost on his pole time. David Gonzalez is underneath the pole time at 2:01. Is out of it. He's in 2nd place in the points. You know, who has an advantage? Who's got something extra? Obviously, Veda Pratama doesn't know 1.71.
Well, this is absolutely fascinating then, and you can see,
but he's not going to be there, I think, at the end of this one.
No,
the track quite as well as some of the Spaniards around him, but that's never stopped him before.
Mitani and Ramadipa having their own little battle back in 8th and 9th on our timing screens. Just a swap over from there. Let's have a further look down the field then. We got the likes of Morelli, who is absolutely at the back, is now picking up.
So I don't think the circuit knowledge thing is a huge thing. Maybe the number 11, David Gonzalez.
Got to give a shout out to Thompson and Mousey. That's a good start for them. Thompson could have expected him to be in this front point. You got the Frenchies, Plomb and Da Costa there, 13th and 14th. Singapore, perhaps with his pace and qualification, but not today. Fastest lap of the race goes
Gonzalez, but that's his first rookie season. So if he knows the track, it's not on this motorcycle. So
down in just ahead of them, sorry, in 12th position. The Hakim Danish on the back of this group, the number 13 Malaysian rider there, doing very, very well indeed.
It's really evenly paced here, and we've yet to see anyone exercise a significant.
When Singapore qualified, it was fairly championship leader, 4 second places so far this year. This is where he took his first Rookies Cup victory.
Significant advantage anyway. Certainly not sort of sitting up and waiting for anybody down the back straight.
Not far down, but I can't find him on the grid. Oh yes, 23rd, there we go, all the way down. So that's a very, very decent. Last year, oh, as he nearly gets wiped out there by, oh no, he nearly took out there. Oh, absolutely right. So I think these ones aside, one rider on the move is Zen Mitani, ride so far from him, as well as Mitani in 8th as well. Agostinelli, the Vietnamese. Giulio Pugliese, it was 31 on 13. That was a tough move. So it gets turn 3 is not, who's now into 6th place at 2:02, lapping similar pace to these guys. Rider there up into 9th place as well as the number 9.
Down
your stereotypical overtaking spot.
No, it isn't. But meanwhile, I was interested. I was watching Brian Uriarte.
Miroslav Karpushin up in the 10th place at 2:01 last time around. Karpushin
corkscrew again. You're looking back at what a great picture that is. Looking back at Hakim Danish. Ate there as he tries to hang on to Veda Pratama. He didn't look quite as smooth and cool and precise.
Was one of the riders that found himself way down the order on the grid, 24th position.
And now forward Brian Uriarte and the leader Veda Pratama on the 54. Dice as he normally does. I wonder if he's just having to push quite hard to stay with.
So that is a heck of a pace from the Kyrgyzstani rider.
Yeah, but wasn't that because he and 8 laps to go. You know, we're not halfway. The leader, the number 54, the Indonesian Veda Pratama.
Pratama taking such a dip.
Yes, penalised,
exactly.
I think. So yeah, he was. You know, he came along this weekend and was good, was quick enough in practice. Play through this yet. There's still plenty of action remain.
They're being very sensible, Peter. It's like well, I mean, all 5 of them doing completely different lines there through the reverse corkscrew, aren't they? And you're absolutely.
So I think, you know, it's great things to see him battling at
very high-speed game of chess. They're in it for the long run now. This is your group. Doesn't look like any of them are going to really run. It is so downhill there. You cannot imagine it from just
through the field like that. He certainly gave a lot. Oh, and Veda Pratama having things moving around quite a lot. That game
drop off. Pugliase's made that step up to be a consistent podium contender. Guns to your TV screens. How they're not just folding the front every time. Well, that's why they're in Rebels Rookies Cup.
Gave him a reason to be concerned, and he's gone from 1st to 5th in one corner.
There you go. Gonzalez clearly knows his place very, very well. I'm going to have a look at what he was up to last box.
Well, that's right. And as I say, they go through the gearbox and through the left-hander in first, and they just...
You go. So we see, Singapong's gone down. That's a shame for Mike Yu. Was having a really good weekend.
And the point is, I think all 5 of them know that you need to go 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You know, it's so steep down there that they're just as quickly as they could
race. Well, it's just going to touch upon car pushing. Say Borelli's sort of down on confidence about
the slipstream here. Veda's tried to run away with it and couldn't, and they know that you need to change the gear. They do so. So there is the number 13 of Hakim Danish, our points leader. But he's yet
taps at the moment, but Karpushin's sky high. He got a podium in the European Talent Cup in Jerez last week.
Slipstream. So there really is no point in doing anything silly at this point in the race. Just hang in there, win a race this year. He's frustrated by that. More frustrated is Brian Uriah.
Weekend, so really, really good stuff from Yaroslav.
Yeah, excellent. Now, you've got 7 laps to go and a couple of corners, and then sorted out over the last couple of laps. He has won 2 races and twice been knocked off, and once by Hakim Danish.
Yeah, and he wants to be...
Let's just say, you know, Zen Mitani there in 6th place. He was quick in practice. He seems... And there is the group behind it. It's another slipstreaming battle, and of course it's the 8.
Running away with it by this point in the championship, didn't he? You know, he looks at what he did last year. I could go one better than that.
To have clicked with the KTM rookies bike.
And I would just like to say, actually,
sorry, 5 of Katsik Singapong there. Mike Yu is his commonly used name.
He wants to be a junior GP champ and Red Bull Rookies champ in the same year, like the riders all before him, Peter. But Yaroslav Karpushin did 201.5 last time around.
That's a lot easier than saying Katsiak Singapong. Mike Yu, his mates call him.
It was Pugliese now picks his pocket into the final turn. That is an impressive move, because that is leaders here 202.8, 202.9.
Right, and how much? Yeah.
Well, it's 5 seconds. I'm just having a look then. David Gonzalez in the Moto3 Junior World Championship last time out.